Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your girl Diamond. I am the executive director of Black Trans Women's Inc. and the host of Marsha's Plate podcast. And we are going to talk about, Thanksgiving and family gatherings and stuff that comes along with that, and different techniques, and how did you survive it? Because we know it can be real extra when it comes to family. Hey, Darnell, how are you? Is everybody full? Did everybody eat good? What did y'all eat that y'all enjoyed? Did somebody bring something that didn't nobody eat that stayed on the table because it was nasty? Hey, Nikki, how are you? I spent most of my Thanksgiving with my friends. My friend Ty, she cooked amazingly this Thanksgiving. It was so good. She cooked, so it was good. Um, per usual, but um, this year was really, really good. She had greens, of course, turkey. I think this is the first time she had a turkey, I think. Yeah. She had ham, macaroni and cheese, of course, and I think she called it corn souffle or something. I don't know what that was, but it was good. All right. Hey, Brandon. Hey, enjoy life. Hey, CL. Yes, I made some chess pies, some hummingbird cupcakes, and what else did I make? And some peach cobbler. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, she can cook. Honey, she was raised with me, honey. You don't think I was in that kitchen and she didn't look at something popping off? And then she got some family that they from the Caribbean, so folks be cooking. Ah. If you are a returning subscriber, make sure you thumbs up. If you are new, if you like, as soon as you hear something I say that you resonate with, make sure you thumbs up. Um, because that is engagement. Even if your thumbs down, that is engagement. So it counts good either way. Just the fact that you're reacting. Listen, y'all, did y'all know that even if your thumbs down, it still counts as an engagement? But I'd rather you thumbs up if you like it. Oh, hey, Randito. The discussion is about just being with family as queer people, trans people, women with fucking misogynistic uncles and daddies and da 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 da. Anybody who is, not a part of the status quo, and how you gotta navigate that space. I'm nothing without you. I'm nothing without you. I realize I'm nothing with you. Said you never leave me. Said you'll always be there. Y'all remember that song? Karen Clark. Yes, 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 yes. So let's see what has gone on before we get started in the discussion. What has gone on? So we already talked about Rittenhouse and how he got off, and how we know that white supremacy and the justice system, um, even if the victims are white, because his victims were white, even if the victims are white, if you are, you know, if you are standing up for Black lives, the law can bend, um, and not hold your murderers accountable. Karen was low-key in her R&B bag with that song. She really was. And Faith kind of held her own with Karen in that song. Now she was singing Faith under a table, but in that song, they really showcased her enough to where she was equally yoked with Karen in the song. Where I was like, oh, Karen didn't really out sing her. She really was, she was really they allowed her to hold her own, and I loved it. Really, really liked it. What else? So the murderers of Ahmaud Arbery, is that how you say it? They were found guilty, which was some shit be a no brainer, but then there'd be no brainers, and I'd be like, oh, you got off like Zimmerman and Rittenhouse. But I'm glad this no brainer went in um, the family's favor, our favor. Um, yeah, y'all just killed that man, and he was jogging. That's kind of scary. Like, just imagine you just out doing something randomly, and a motherfucker just get you together, and it's just out of your control. Like, it's like I be like, damn, like this shit really flipped. Like, it really can just wear you out in a blink of an eye. These motherfuckers can get you together. You know what I'm saying? Because we always are like, there's always this um when people make excuses for your murder or make excuses for something happened to you, even like when people get raped or when people get something victimized in any kind of way, people always try to find a thread of where was your responsibility. This happened to, how could you have avoided this happening to you? How, even if they know that this is the victim, they try to say, how can you avoid this? And it's always crazy when I see these moments where it's like, I was literally just doing what I normally do. And there's nothing there's no way for me to stop this situation. I'm just in it. And it just goes to the extreme to where he loses his life. But there's a lot of situations like that where I'm like, whoa, this just went to left field and it was totally out of my control. I've been in situations like that with just random public out in public with motherfuckers, and you and somebody is turning up and they turn up way too far, and you like, what is it? Am I about to have to twirl you? Like, am I about to have to shake the mace and wear you out? Like, what is happening? How did this get this far? What is going on? I remember when I was 12, 94, I was 13, 12. 13. Yeah, I had to be 12. It had to be like late 90, early 94. So either 12 on the way to 13, somewhere around there. And me and my neighbors, some girls that lived next door to me in the duplex, in the other side of the duplex that we lived in, we were walking to the store. Now, this is like very early, very, very early in what I would consider like when I started changing the clothes that I wear. And my clothes started to be girly, and I was, intentionally putting on girl clothes. And these are the girls that I hung out with because they were pretty to me. They were the pretty girls. So I wasn't attracted to them, but I liked them because when I'm walking around with them, honey, they attract the boys, honey. So yes. And they were what the neighborhood would call fast. They were, you know, acting on doing grown stuff. And yeah, we would go to clubs. Like, mind you, we like 12, 13. I was the youngest, and so the rest of them was like 13, 14, 15, that kind of. But we were going to like under 21 clubs. So it'd be like just like a regular club, except it's nothing but teenagers, 18 and under. And one of the clubs that we went to was like Uptown, and we would go to Uptown, and I would be with the girls dancing with them in my clothes, and um, because they were the pretty girls, like dudes wouldn't talk shit about me because they knew that my proximity to them would stop them from hollering at them, or it would cause a problem because they would type of cis girls that be like, "That's our friend. Leave our friend alone. Ain't nobody bothering you. What that got to do with you?" Those type of girls. So the boys knew not to be so extra because it would mess up their chances in even talking to the girls that I was with. And so I would be dancing and popping and just acting a damn fool to the laugh, to the humor and an entertainment of the cis people. This is when I was too young to understand that they're laughing at you, they're not laughing with you. And so I would be in the club just dancing or whatever. But this one day we were headed to 7-Eleven. So in our city, in Indianapolis, there was a store called 7-Eleven, and it wasn't the convenience stores that we see called 7-Eleven. That's like almost like a little gas station or whatever. It wasn't like that. This was like a grocery store. This was like a very low quality grocery store, like a Piggly Wiggly, like a Piggly Wiggly, or whatever the opposite of like Whole Foods and Publix is. That they kind of like the upper echelon of grocery stores. The opposite, whoever's the medium, like Kroger's and shit like that. The opposite. Well, I don't know what it's like the very like Aldi's and Piggly Wigglies, and I don't know. Every place got a different one, different name for them. Where's the name for them from in y'all location? That's not the It's not the medium kind of quality grocery store. It's kind of like under that. The shit probably low quality, about to expire, like a 99-cent store quality type deal. Save a lot. Okay, is Fiesta one here in Houston? Food Town here in Houston. There's one called Food Town. Somebody said Save a Lot, Big Glow, Save a Lot, Off Brand Only. Yeah, shit like that. Albertson, Safeway. Safeway was in Indianapolis where I lived. Food Mart. Okay. Fiesta is Minyard tier. What's that? What that mean? Piggly Wiggly. Yeah, Piggly Giant Penny. Yeah, y'all get the idea. So yeah, this was one of um, those places that we were walking to. And so when we were walking there, it was me. So the two sisters, they're like biracial sisters, and it was Holly and Ashley. And they had a cousin named Candy, who was their black cousin, who was on their father's side. Um, so it was me, Holly, Ashley, Jennifer. Her name wasn't Ashley. Her name was Jennifer, and Candy. So we are walking to the store, and was TJ with us? No, TJ. It wasn't no boys. So it was me, Holly, Jennifer, and Candy, and we're going to 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven is probably about 5 blocks away, and it's right up the street that you just go up 5 blocks and make a left, a half a block, and you're at the store. So we have to go through residential houses. We live on this street called Broadway, 30th and Broadway. And so we're going up Broadway, and it's just nothing but houses on both sides of the street. It's a residential area. It's not like, it's not really a lot of cars coming up and down the street because either folks is in the house or their car is parked in front of their house. It's just a residential area with houses on both sides of the street. Like, and this is a hood, so it's not like expensive houses, just regular houses. So we're walking down the road, we laughing, and we are none of us is over 14. Holly might be about to be 15, but nobody is over 14. So, and all of us look like little girls, look like little girls or teenage girls. Jennifer definitely looked like a little girl. If you looked at me, I don't think you could tell what the fuck I was. I don't know what was going on. I feel like you might could tell or you might not, because puberty hadn't hit me, like, testosterone hadn't been wearing me out yet. And so the names are so fitting. So sometimes people would misgender me. Well, it wouldn't be a misgender, but sometimes people would assume, this is the girl. And then sometimes they'd be like, I can't tell what the fuck you are. Very non-binary fish, I remember passing with the girls at that age. Exactly. It's one of those moments that if they weren't paying attention, they would have thought you was one of the girls, because I was wearing girl clothes. And so we are really talking about music. We're talking as we're walking. We sound like little girls. Like, we sound like we're laughing and giggling and I want to reiterate. I'm reiterating this because there is no way that you could have confused us for women. Period. There's no way for you to confuse us for women. We were kids, feminine girl children, walking up the street, without a doubt. What we had on, none of us was developed to the point where we looking like grown women. We look, Holly had a little bit of titty, but what she had on wasn't like showing it off. She had on like some shorts that came like right above the knee. It was nobody was salaciously dressed. We had little girl clothes on, like fucking bright colors. And even Jennifer had like fucking like some little balls on her socks. Like, we were kids, clearly little girls. So we're walking up the street, and we get maybe like halfway through the 5 blocks. So we like block 2.5. And right soon as we get to like the corner of the 3rd block, this dude comes out of, you can hear arguing in the house that's on the corner. And that's a duplex too. And they're coming out the right side of the if you're facing the house, the left side of the house. And so he's coming out. You see there, you can hear arguing, and you see the woman try to grab his arm to pull him back in the house. And he comes out, and in one of his hands, he has a fucking gun. And he comes out of the house, walks down the house was like on a hill, and so the steps come down the hill to the street. And so he's carrying this gun. The girl is pulling his arm, telling him, "Get back in the house. What the fuck are you doing?" And he pulls out the gun and points it at all of us on the street and says, which one of you little bitches is giving me some pussy? Clearly drunk. But a crazy man is arguing and pointing a gun at us. So we're like, because we're kids and we frozen, like, what is happening? Like, he is pointing a gun at us. Like, what is happening? This doesn't Just doesn't compute in our little kid brain. Like, oh, and then he asked and talked about which one of y'all gonna give me some pussy. And we like, what? Like, first of all, baby, it's not the supply of pussy ain't as abundant as you think in this group. So, so that's just, that's first of all. And second of all, we are kids. What is he talking about? Why are you pointing this gun at us? And why is this girl snatching you? Why is this girl snatching you while this gun is in your hand? Like this. Which one of y'all is gonna give me snatching him? So I'm thinking in my mind, what if he accidentally pulled the trigger? And I'm thinking all kinds of just by her snatching him, trying to get it. It's just all too much in my little brain, in all of our little brain, because we all is like just frozen. Like, what the fuck is happening right now? And so when she's like, why are you fucking pulling a gun? This is the girl. Why are you fucking pulling a gun out of fucking little kids? Get your stupid ass back in the motherfucking house. This is crazy. You gonna get locked up pulling a gun out on these kids. So he says, and goes back in the house. Him and the girl, they don't acknowledge us at all. Like they know we here, but there's no comfort of, it's okay, y'all. Don't worry about him. Literally, they go back in the house like this shit just now didn't happen. Randomly wears out with this gun. So we walk into we continue going forward. We went from little kids like, I'm gonna spend my money on this. I'm gonna spend my money on this candy. I'm gonna get some Debbie cakes. I'm gonna get some potato chips. Like we talking about kid shit. Like we acting like little kids. And after that, we walking and we all the joy, kidness, everything was away. We were sitting there walking in silence, like what the fuck just happened? And then we get to the store, we buy our stuff, and we're walking back, but we don't walk back down that street. We walk down the street behind it, which is I don't even know, New Jersey. No, it's not New Jersey. I don't even know. Broadway, whatever next east of Broadway. Can't remember. Y'all don't know. Well, whatever the street is next to it, we went down that street instead of Broadway. And it just was a gag to me that this is some random ass shit that could have went crazy. Because what if he would have accidentally shot one of us? It would have been crazy. Like, what the fuck is happening? And that's what I'm talking about. Like just random shit that you literally have no control over. Did you get your money? I don't know what that means. He would have gotten maced. That's why I would let children walk alone. Yeah, and so we're kids, so we're not thinking about danger. We are kids in a group of 4 of us. So it's not, and like I said, the range is from 12 to like 14. So we're not kids like 7-year-olds. We are early teenagers. And so us being out and about alone is not actually that not alone. We're not alone. There's 4 of us. So it's our parents wouldn't think of, it's 4 of y'all, nothing is gonna happen. Do you feel what I'm saying? Like teenagers from 12 to 14, 4 girls, 4 people. Long as we don't leave each other, our parents would normally be like, I wouldn't be, if I was a parent, to me, that wouldn't be something that I wouldn't let you walk by yourself to the store. But with your sisters and your cousins and your neighbors, it would be nothing for me to be like, okay, y'all going to the store all together, cool. It would be normal for me to say early teenagers. Not if it's a 7 or 9, but early teenagers, I think it's normal for you to let your early teenagers go in a group somewhere. Like if they're going to the park or if they're going to the store, you're not. I don't think a parent. That's irresponsible for a parent to let them go. Did you get the money promised? What are you talking about? What money promised? What was the money promise? We were going just to the store. Wasn't no money promised. We were walking to the store, like randomly walking. But yeah, we wouldn't. What I don't know. I don't know where we at, but where y'all at. But we don't. We wouldn't. I wasn't carrying no mace in my teenage years. Like I wasn't thinking about carrying mace. That would have been abnormal for us to have mace. I can't even see myself letting my kids walk to the store alone. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that was normal where I'm from. For your teenage or early teenage kids to walk to a um a um a local grocery store, yeah, that was pretty normal. Like kids go to the corner store all the time. Not I'm not talking about little kids like 5, 6 year olds, but like a early we had tasers in high school. I graduated in 2007, though. Yeah, we didn't have tasers in high school. You would get suspended. You would get expelled for bringing weapons to school. Baby, we was at the end of the um gang in school era. You weren't bringing no weapons and mace and anything to our schools. We were close to and Indianapolis is close to Chicago too, where gangs were crazy. So everything that was happening in Chicago in regards to how schools were running, it was trickling to the schools around them. And so any kind of gang related stuff, we were like a gang heavy location. And so bringing weapons to school, no, you was not doing that at no Indianapolis public school. Your ass have been kicked out so fast, bringing tasers and mace and shit. No, you wasn't even getting through the door. We had metal detectors. You wasn't even getting through the door without getting expelled. That was not happening. No. So you can so the trade can spray and wear the security out. No, I bought my parents cigarettes and played numbers for them. Yeah, that's true too. We were my shit. My little brother was going to get my grandmother's cigarettes, not secrets, cigarettes at like 5. We couldn't have anything that was considered a weapon. Yeah, we couldn't either. I don't know what school she went to where she could have tasers, child. Woo. we could have. We couldn't even have hard binders. Yeah, it was like y'all was wilding. Well, I don't want to say y'all was wilding, but yeah, I don't, yeah, we couldn't have weapons, sweetie. Ah, thank you, Eris. My school was the worst. I'm trying to think. Yeah, we couldn't have. Technically, we weren't allowed to, but we kind of had to. Oh, okay. Now, if you were sneaking them in, that's different. But we couldn't even sneak them in because we had metal detectors on our. When you come through the doors, we had metal detectors, so you couldn't. But yeah, but that's why I said we close to Chicago, and Chicago, is one of the murder, gun violent capital of the fucking country, and it's been like for a while. And so, how the schools ran, that's how It trickled down. And so yeah. They had metal detectors, they had no you couldn't even have the little things that you draw circles with, the protractors or compasses or something like that. You couldn't have them the one with the points on it. It's yeah, no. Sometimes people would sneak those in. Like I remember I had one, but you could get expelled for having them. Yeah, because I remember having one, but you could get expelled for having them. You definitely could have any mace or tasers. Hell no, they expel without question. No, ooh, they would have got you together. Who else? Um, yeah, no, 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 no. And out of our control, and and shit just could get ugly like that. I remember when me and those same girls was at the club, and we were waiting. We were at the after under 18 club, and which was crazy because this was another weird thing about our city. Um, we had under 18 clubs, but we also had a curfew. But we could be at that club till like 2 and 3 in the morning because there was something like if your parents gave you permission to be somewhere, like kind of I don't know if y'all ever had like lock-ins at the rink. You ever had one of those at the like at y'all roller rinks? Um, like where you come late at night to the roller skating rink and you stay locked in till 7, 8 in the morning, and your parents come pick you up. But it's like it's not on a school night, but it's like on the weekend, and you kind of everybody roller skate, but you also sleep in these like little pallets when you want to go sleep. I wish my mom would let me go anywhere, but yeah, we had lock-ins at the roller skating rink, um, shit like that. But at the club, they shut me down for my markers, even though I was in the ATR program. Right, Diamond, I miss all your stories from what you when you were younger. They were the best. Thank you. Yes, you had those lock-ins at the skating rink in the summer. Yeah, like it wasn't school nights, but they'll do it on the weekends and like summertime. Yeah, skate lock-ins back in Kokomo. Yeah, and so it was some kind of rule where if your parents gave you permission to be in the location, you could actually be there. And so this was like a club, y'all. This was like a grown people's club for under 18 people because it was smoking in there. It wasn't no drinking, but they were fucking smoking weed. They were smoking cigarettes. It was music, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. That's what it was. Um, and this was like a club. It was the first experience of any type of club that I had been in. And so what would happen is they would let you so y'all wouldn't get locked up, so the police wouldn't wear you out. The parents had to come pick you up. So you had to get picked up by your parents. Um, I need your love below videos. Yeah, it's really not any more story. I think it's like I have one more coming. The love beneath was to share with y'all my love and dating experience in my teens. And so it's not really anymore. I was 18 um when I was dealing with um Eric. And I finished it. I don't know, but I think they're almost done, y'all. The stories I'm telling now are my trade. We need some adult dating stories. I don't really have too many because I was married for 5 years. Yeah, y'all be acting like I would have told y'all that many times, but I told y'all. By the time y'all met me was the last 2 years of my marriage. Um, because that was 2008. So by the time 2010 came, by the time y'all met me, I was done. And so I ended up getting with Jamarcus, and I haven't been in a relationship since Jamarcus. So I don't really have. And prior to my husband, I was with Jonathan. So yeah, it's not like a lot of stories. The stories came in, in my escort life. You were married during your escort year. I was. Not the last three, but the early part of it. Yes, I was. That's Now that's gonna be a book because y'all need to hear that. My first two, I stopped the last three. The last, not the last three. The last, yeah, the last two. Yeah, the last two. Mm, we grew with you. Yes, that's a whole TV series. Yeah, once the book come out, I will be trying to shop it around to see if somebody's interested in making it a series. Have you ever told the story of the night you met the man of your dreams when you were riding around with your girls bar hopping? Yeah, the video is called "The Man of My Dreams." What do you mean? Yes, that's the whole story. It wasn't anymore. Well, I did rekindle with him, but we didn't mess around. We became friends. But he's married to a white woman. That's how you know about it, right? Because I told the story. That's the name of the video. The story that I haven't really been into detail is my marriage. I haven't really been into detail about my marriage. That's the one that I have literally. I haven't. Did you finish what you were saying about the skating rink? No, I didn't. Thanks for keeping me on track. So we went to a club. So it was about the and about random shit happening. So they were supposed to pick you up. They're supposed to. Your parents are supposed to pick you up. So after the club is let out, everybody is standing outside of the club waiting for their parents in their cars, back to back to back to back to back, to pull up and pick you up. You get in a car and y'all drive home. So different parent cars are just kind of rolling up, and it's kind of like a line, like a taxi, like at the airport taxis and shit. So it's like that. And so we all just standing there. So it's just a bunch of kids. All of a sudden, this girl, oh no, 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 that was the end. That was more than one night. That story went along. Um, that story went along like a couple of weeks. Um, but yes, this girl walked past all of us and maced the whole crowd of girls. And boys. It wasn't just girls. Just while we're standing there waiting for our parents to pull up, the girl says across the whole crowd, shh, and mace us all. Oh. Your husband was hetero, femme, a power bottom. What was he? What you talking about? What do you think my husband was? Are you new here? I don't know, CL. She just maced us. She just maced us. She just maced us. I don't know what the reason was. She just maced us all and got us together. Got us right together, baby. and all of us was our eyes was sizzled. It was the first time that I had ever been maced. Um, and everybody everybody in the back who didn't get maced, like who didn't get like the brunt of the went and started jumping her. Went and started bashing her. Bam, 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 bam. Because I guess she thought she was gonna mace us and just get away. But the people in the back of the crowd went and just started the ones who could fucking see. Went and started beating her up and wearing her out, honey. Wore her out. She was bloody and beat up. I don't understand why she did it. She must have got into it with somebody, a group of people that was over there, but she said fuck it and wore them out. Wore us out. No, this is when I was like 12 or 13. This was at a club at the same time with these same girls that the guy put a gun at us. And they got her right together. But it was random. It was like, why? It was just this random moment where I'm like, oh my God, I got fucking maced. And I told my mama was like, you is not going back out to that place. No. My mama would not let me go no more after that. Because I had got maced. She was like, they Mason? No, you can't go. I was so over it because the other girls you still could go and I couldn't. Mm, 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 mm. But anyway, how was y'all? But yes, to a point about my story. So there will be a book of my relationship with my husband. There will be a book. I don't know when that's coming, but that's going to be the second part of the first one. Now, the first one is the era that Love Beneath is in. It is incorporating. It's it, the point of the Love Beneath stories was to talk about sex and love, and telling a coming of age story from a black trans woman who who is hood, like not there's some books I be reading, and these are girls who don't come from where I come from. There's a I come I come from the bottom, nigga. We was fucking with, we had food stamps and government cheese and those kind of era. Um, then shifting that to being in a group home and that changing the dynamic because once you get into a group home, you're exposed to things that you wouldn't have been exposed to if you would stay with your mom. Well, if I would have stayed with my mom couldn't have took me to Disney World. I was able to go to Disney World when I was in a group home. You see what I'm saying? There were certain things that I was exposed to. Canoeing. They took us fucking canoeing. Do you think my hood ass mama would have took me canoeing or could afford to take me canoeing if I would have stayed in her house? No. I wouldn't have had access certain things that I had access to until I got if I would have stayed in my mom's house. So yes, so Love Beneath is talking about love and sex in those years between birth and fucking 19. Got it? And then there is, I purposely, I think there might, I don't know exactly where I'm at in Love Beneath. Either it is number 18. My goal with Love Beneath was to get to 20. No, no, was to get to 19. I think I need to get to one more. I think I have one more story in that series. And to get to 19, and my second book will start at 19 and go all the way to Y'all See Me, which is um, probably like my 30s. So from my most of my 20s to my 30s. My second book will cover my relationship with Jonathan. That was my first love, like mutual love. My relationship with Jonathan, and then my marriage, and then Jamarcus. That's the Angry Birds dude. And I haven't been in a relationship since 2012. So I'm not invested in relationships at all. I think I will I don't know. If something comes and cool, but I don't really think I want a relationship like forever. I feel like I'm 90%, 80, let's say 80% there, where I'm like, I don't really want no relationship. I don't want nobody in my house. I don't want no, I don't know. It's weird. So I'm in a place where I think I'm getting to the point where I don't want a relationship. I like perpetual hookups. Just hooking up. I ain't got no emotional responsibility for you. You ain't got no emotional responsibility for me. I can just focus on my career and not focus on a nigga. That's kind of where I'm at. Now, if some amazing person come along and it's easy to love them, it's easy to be with them, it's easy. But where I'm at right now at 40 is any type of difficulty, I'm out, bro. I'm out. any any type of hint of resistance or work, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm not that. So yes, my second book, my first book will be it will be adding to the love. It is called The Love Beneath. It will be adding to more details to the love beneath, because there's some love beneath stories that are 7 minutes. There's more details in the story that I'm telling y'all. Um, like I think there's a episode called The Willpower where I talk about Will, and I didn't never tell y'all how he got murdered. Never told y'all about that. Yeah, it's you know, it's so much. It's a lot of stuff that is left out. So that's what the book will be about, and reflecting on all of that. Um, I like your stories about how you navigate society with cis women. Hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to think of. So the purpose, we done went on many tangents. So the purpose of this video, I thought the subject would be, is how y'all have handled, um, in the past or recent. How have y'all handled, like, hey, I saw you with your brother. Um, how have y'all how have y'all handled family gatherings throughout your transition? Early on, now, what has happened in y'all in the space of a family gathering for like holidays like Thanksgiving, Christmas, whenever, 4th of July, wherever you get with your family, what has been the difficulties and the successes you have had during those family gatherings. So for me, because I transitioned young, and I transitioned during the time that my mother's addiction was running rampant, there was some like dynamic stuff that was happening, like the dynamic of our family structure was shifting. So my my grandmother kicked me out of her house for transitioning. So so in that duplex that I was just talking about earlier, that was where my mother got locked up for the first time, and I had to go to my grandmother's. But my grandmother said if I was going to be dressing like a girl, I couldn't be in her house without that faggot shit. So I literally lived um, in an abandoned car for like a month. So because my grandmother kicked me out until like this corner store owner called the police and they took me to the guardian home. And so my grandmother, because she wasn't fucking with me like that, we wasn't cool at all. And my 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 mom was locked up. So when I went to the group home, they're not really your parents, so you can kind of do what you want. And so in this regard, in this time frame, the dynamic of our family, like as far as like the authority that people had over me, was shattered. Like it's different when you are in your parents' home, like taking care of you, buying you food, cooking you food, taking care of your clothes, washing your clothes. Me engaging with my family, they couldn't really say shit to me that was they didn't have that authority to be like, well, you can't do this and you shouldn't do that, because they were doing fucked up shit. And so how you gonna tell me what to do with my motherfucking life when bitch you on drugs and you getting going to prison and shit? Does it make sense? Like it's hard for you to tell a child to try to be, I'm trying to teach you some life lessons when you fucking up your life. Does that make sense? Were you emancipated? Yes, I got emancipated when I was mid 16. And that's why I was in my own apartment when I was and when I was 16, but right, I flipped like maybe I think I got went into my own apartment in December of six when I was 16, and then I made 17 in February. Girl, my parents were crackheads and still had something to say. Yeah, it's not saying that they will not have something to say, but I was you can have something to say, but child, I'm gonna be reading you. And so yeah, it just was a different dynamic. I didn't have the rules. And then I could always go to my group home. Like if y'all kick me out of your house, don't want me to be at your house, I can go back to the group home that I was staying in and don't ever have to come to this motherfucker at all. Um, now I had some aunts and uncles who were they're like my Uncle Billy, Uncle Fred, my Uncle Mike. Um, they were the alpha males of the family, but they were also trade. Come to find out, when I was young, I didn't know when I was younger when they were being extra, but I if I was an adult, I would have been able to clock it as an adult. But as a kid with no lived experience, I couldn't clock how Trey act and shit Trey say. That's different than a normal nigga that just hates you because you queer. Trey acts a certain way. There's a certain way that they navigate. Um, and not it just how it just is it's weird. It's hard to explain, but there's a certain way that trade navigates queer people in a space, and they have messed around before. It's a whole different, it's not like they always nice, but there's something different about them and how they engage with you. Um, but yeah, when I got older, I found out that my uncles, my stepdad and my two uncles, they were on the same basketball team when they were in high school. And these dudes were like much older than my mom. My uncles were older than my mom. And my stepdad, he's not my stepdad, but he's my middle brother's father. They were on the same basketball team when my mom was a teenager. And so one of my uncle's girlfriends thought that my uncle was cheating on her, and so she followed him to an apartment, to an apartment. And when she followed them, she found out she caught them getting head from a queen. This was years ago. This was like, child, this is in the 80s. And so one of the queens was somebody that years later, when I was older, that I would know. Her name was Miss Love. Now, Miss Love, y'all know Miss Love. Miss Love, who? How do I describe Miss Love? Miss Love, we would call. She just one of them people that you use girl pronouns with her, but you know, she'll be dressed up like a girl sometimes, but like when she see her family, she's not gonna be dressed up like no girl. When she go to work, she might not be dressed up like no girl. It might be feminine, but it won't be no girl. When she on her own time, this is in the 80s, y'all. So this is a whole different time. This is not I wasn't even I would I was a fucking kid. Um but she would be, she'll be she just one of them people that didn't have the guts to transition, like Miss Lawrence. On her own time, she was a girl. She wasn't. Miss Lawrence feels like just a boy that put girls' clothes on as a fashion statement. I feel like Miss Love was a girl in her time. She just didn't have the guts to go all the way. But when Miss Love was on her own time, like she at home, she tipping down the street, da da da. She ain't got no business to handle. She was always a girl. But when she had to go to work, when she had to go visit her family, she was a boy just for, respectability politics. Sound like Miss Holiday. Those that kind of nuance. I don't want to give an idea of her, but it's just one of them people. Y'all know who I'm talking about, where they ain't full time, but I feel like if they were out in our generation, she would have been full time. But because she was older. She probably was like 20 when they had to be like 18 because they were seniors in high school. But this is like their fifth year because Billy didn't know how to read. So they were like 18, 19 years old. Excuse me. I should have brought some water. Um, yeah, they were like 18, 19 years old. That was like, I'm sorry, but that was the best comparison I could come up with. No, I feel like she could easily be confused with Miss Holiday Hart, but it was Miss Holiday Hart. She even sometimes was a man, but Miss What You Got, I think she wanted to be a girl, not the fifth year. Yeah, they were. Billy graduated from high school and didn't even know how to read, child. But he was a great athlete. So this was a time when if you was a good athlete bringing money to the school, you right along. So yeah, so apparently the three boys got caught getting their dick sucked by my now Aunt April. So yeah, so when I didn't but I didn't learn about that till years later when somebody had spilled that tea to me. They were like, when you come, they're the type that when you come, getting some love from this love. Yes. They're the type of when you come, they more like they're interested in like the work that you got done. They would they wouldn't call me by Diamond, but they would call me by like the fish version of my dead name. So let's say my dead name was like Chris. That's not my dead name. But let's say my dead name was Chris. And they will call me Christina. So instead of calling me Diamond like I want to be called, they will call me Christina. Well, who is Christina, girl? What? They were weird like that. All right, Miss Christina. Come on in here, Christina. So so you will come in and they will say, "Hey, Mercy." You will come in and they'd be like, "God damn, your titties is getting big, Christina. You gonna get some more? You gonna get some more? You gonna get them bigger?" And they didn't get any bigger. I just had gained weight. And they'll ask shit like, "Oh, how your ass get that big?" And I'm like, "What? My ass always been big." They'll ask, you know, about your boyfriends, about have you got the sex change yet? It was all about your physical transition to them. They were asking questions and curiosity about all that kind of stuff. And I never answered questions. I never answered questions because it was stupid. It was dumb. I thought it was inappropriate, but that don't mean that they think it's inappropriate. And then most of them are fucking stupid. Like they're fucking country bunking ass motherfucking stupid people. So even if I explained anything to y'all brain barely have the capacity to get it. So I would come and ooh. There we go. So I would come and that I would come into the gathering. They would make you feel at home, but they still would be using the wrong pronouns. You wouldn't I wouldn't feel uncomfortable, but they never got it. It's always the peanut brain folks be so inappropriate, yes. Um I think the best family gathering that I went to, same with my family, nosy as hell, probably being messy amongst themselves too. Yes. Um, they will tell people that I got a sex change and I didn't. They would tell people, like they just would make up stories and it would not be the truth. Nothing that I told them. Just crazy. My favorite family function is we went to a not family reunion, but like a cookout, like a gathering. I don't was it a repast? I don't know. Something had happened in the summertime where my I was with my boyfriend named Jonathan, and Jonathan came with me to this family event. Now that one was the best one I ever had because Jonathan played the role so perfectly. Jonathan played the perfect. He was exactly what I needed him to be for the. Not that if he was being fake, he wasn't playing a role. It was him, but he was exactly the man that I needed to have at that time. Like Jonathan wasn't. There wasn't any queer in his mannerisms, in his how he navigated the world. He navigated the world like a hood country ass nigga, because that's what he was. A hood country ass nigga that think and act just like my motherfucking uncles. Happy birthday, Denise. Um, and so when he comes into the space, he's navigating the space just like them. Like he's talking about sports. He knows about sports. He is. he grabs a beer. He's not trying to be up under me because the dudes in my family don't try to be up under the chicks. The chicks be in the kitchen, in the dining room, just kind of kikiing, doing whatever. The dudes be in the living room watching the game on the TV. And yeah, it was he just blended right in with them. So much so that my uncle said, This I never I this is totally what I didn't expect. He's giving off the stereotypes they would have expected. He wasn't right. That's exactly what it was. He wasn't everything that they expected. He threw it out the window. And he was like they would be asking him questions about me. They would be misgendering, and he wouldn't miss a beat, man. Like say that they was misgendering me, he would correct them and just go on with the conversation, not making it a big deal. Just say, yeah, it's a her, yeah, Diamond. Like if they say the wrong name, the wrong pronoun, whatever, it's her, Diamond. Yeah, it was so cute. It was so perfect. Um, Kiss me on my cheek in front of everybody. Just the performative shit that you want a nigga to do, that's what he was doing. It made me, it was sucking it to their ass. Because they weren't expecting him to be as confident as he was. First of all, attractive as he was. Confident, um, just a regular dude. They fucking loved it. He was just doing the right things. It was just so perfect. And so that was my favorite gathering. Just how I was able to pop him. Just pop them. Baby. They were gagged. They were gagged. Gag. They still talk about him. When I go home, they still talk about him to this day. They ask about him. Yo, where Jonathan at? And I ain't been with Jonathan since 2005. Yo, where Jonathan at? It's cool. And so ever since that moment, they were asking, honey, um, they were asking me where he at. And, so you don't attract gay dudes. You attract regular niggas like me, huh? Yes. I'm so glad you got to have that experience. Yeah, Jonathan gave me a experience that I haven't had since. I've had dudes that were only date regular niggas. Like I don't date butch queens, so that's not what I date. And so they all treated me in a certain way, but how Jonathan navigated the world was a whole different vibe that I had that was better than I dreamed of. It wasn't even I can't even say, he fit my expectations. He actually surpassed my expectations. Um, and it set a standard for me. It actually did set a standard for me. It's hella sexist that it takes a man to somewhat validate your womanhood in that existence. Hmm. Yeah. I don't know. It's a um it's a double-edged sword though. As a binary trans woman, there is a certain image that I want to give. I'm a binary trans woman. So there is a certain image that I want to present to the world, and there's a certain image that I want my partner to present to the world. Is that problematic to some? Maybe. But yeah, I'm a binary trans woman. So I yeah, I wanna present a certain way. It's all about the experience. Marissa, that's true for us cis girls too. Do you think that we supposed to be with femme butch queens or awkward dudes? I'm glad he held his own. I don't. I think they have assumptions. I think they have assumptions about who they picture that we are with, and it's usually wrong. But I don't want it to. This is, I think, one of the reasons why we value those type of trade. I think that there is moments when we value those type of trade, and we miss out on opportunities of love with the film butch queens or with the awkward nerdy dude because they don't fit the that. We want that, but also we could be missing out on beautiful relationships because the dude who is willing to give us a not give us a chance, but who is willing to invest in the love with us may not be that. Does it make sense? So it kind of can set us up if you don't have this dude that performs masculinity in a certain way. Um, then you might miss out on this whole group of men who would treat you in a specific way because he doesn't perform. Can you explain the photos on the wall? Which one? I like me a big old nerd. Yes, I like, Wu Tang type nerds. I like nerds that are like hood though. Like I like nerds that are, you know, I don't know. I like the Wu Tang types. All behind you. Oh, I don't want to go through. You got to watch another video for that. I've explained them, but these are my background is an altar. The light. Um, this is my mother's urn. Like my mother's ashes is in here. Um, these are people I admire. Not everybody has passed, so it's not for like the dead. You like blurs? Yes, I like blurs. Um, celebrities, activists. Um, my all my matriarchs. Yeah. Yes, I like blurs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. From my experience, they don't expect trans women to be with gay femme men. They think we only get bottom of the barrel, dusty type of dudes that we may have to take care of. Definitely not taking care of no niggas. Definitely not. I've never been. I said this the other day when we were talking about. Somebody had a conversation about um, dudes at the inappropriate dudes asking you what you bring to the table when they really ain't got shit, or dudes who think you hate gold diggers, but nigga, you ain't got no gold. Like you broke. Ain't nobody. You work at fucking McDonald's, or you make less than $70,000 a year, and you think somebody's trying to take your money. Get out of here. You don't even have no money. You a regular working class motherfucker. You ain't got no fucking money. And so I was telling them that I was like, it's funny to me because no dude has ever asked me like to go in a video recently. I talked about that. To go 50-50, I've never had a dude ask me to pay for a date. I've never had a dude ask me to pay bills. Like all the dudes that I have been with, and I either lived with them or we was connected enough to where they were coming to my house all the fucking time. they all voluntarily contributed to the bills, paid all of them or the majority of them. I've never had somebody, dudes who just wanted to mooch off of me, but that wouldn't work on me anyway. Like I wouldn't be. That would turn me off so fast. Some nigga that's always asking me for some coins, or asking me for some coins anyway, because I don't really ask dudes for coins. I don't really ask dudes for coins. It's not like I'd be like, "Ooh, give me some money, babe." It's not. I'm not like that anyway. I'm not like that. I've had dudes tell me that they had no money, or that we were going half a half. Like never. I've never had that. Never had no dude um not want to be a provider. Like most dudes that I've been with, they want to be the person who is working and paying all the bills and you chilling and all that. The first time he asked, it's a done deal. Yeah, child, if he asked me for some points, bitch, if you don't get the fuck out of here, you gotta stop playing with me. Yes, there's definitely many trans parallels or trans and cis plus size women. Oh, definitely. Definitely. I had tons of conversation with plus size women, and there was some overlap in how they treat us. Um, Fat phobia go hand in hand. Diamond and I had this conversation before. My ex used to pay for like everything, but when I started supporting us, his ass was done. Yeah. Now, I like Jonathan. He started paying all the bills, but then he got fired from a job, so I had to step up and kind of um, while he was in transition to another job, I had to step up and help pay some bills. And got back to working, he went back to paying all the bills. Hey Maxwell, I never had that type of man either. I think they know the ones that they can get away with that. Yeah, I think so too, Queen. They all the ones that I've had, even the kind of bad ones or whatever. The money part wasn't bad at all. They might have been doing some slick shit on the side or whatever, but the money part, no. Even so, my dude, he the goal, the people. So I think CL asked me like, was I escorting at the time? That actually was our deal. So because of Jonathan, me and Jonathan, one of the reasons why me and Jonathan broke up, one of the downfalls was money. Like it got to a point where ends wasn't meeting. And I had custody of my brother. So we gotta make shit work. We now, and before I met you, I was escorting and I know how to get this money. And so if we're going to I can be homeless and in love with you sleeping under a bridge, but I can't be homeless and in love with you sleeping under a bridge with my brother. So if this is going to make us break up or whatever, that's just what it's going to have to be because I'm not about to be homeless and I know how to get this money and we about to lose our shit. And so I'm about to go out here and hustle, which was escorting, hustle and get money for us to live. And so that's what happened. I took a weekend, hustled, and got the money. He got a job, and it got us out of our hole. But then he had a job that he was paying all the bills, so it was good. But it was a time when he wasn't working. Now he was trying. He was riding his bike and doing all this kind of stuff, but riding his bike to job like daily work job shit, temporary services like labor ready or whatever. But he was he wasn't bringing the coins that he was bringing in when he had a job or whatever. So I hustled, got us out of the hole that we were in. As soon as maybe a week later, he got a job, and Then he started back paying all the bills. And so, but even though I was honest with him and got it clear and got his permission, not that he really had a choice, but I told him what I was going to do. He resented me for it. And I can say all of this now because we have talked as adults, as not that we weren't adults then, but as late 30-year-olds. We have talked about it. He was like, he says now that I'm grown, like grown, he was like, I felt like I was stupid as fuck. He was like, I let that shit get to me because I didn't understand the world. Now I'm with some stupid ass bitch that barely got any hustle in her. That don't do a motherfucking thing but mooch and mooch and mooch. He was like, with you, when I didn't have it, you stepped up to the plate. And then when it gave me time to have it. And he was like, now that I'm grown, I would die to have somebody like that. And he was like, but back then we were young. We was in our early fucking 20s. And he couldn't look past it. So he built our relationship. It disintegrated our relationship. The love for him, the love for me, the love, all of that. His resentment towards me because of me hustling in that way to keep us afloat. He started doing fuck boy shit. And it unraveled our love. And once he started doing fuck boy shit, I started to be like, oh, whoa. And I'm a Pisces. So I was like, ooh, this is starting to get scary. My heart is in jeopardy. And so I'm like, ooh. And it just turns and unravels and ugly. And yeah, it just was horrible. And so when I got with after I left him, I met my future husband, who I would go on to marry. But when I met him, I'm never the type of chick who goes and repeats the same type of dudes. Like, you know how some chicks, like, if you close your eyes, the dude that they with is just a carbon copy of the dude that they was with before him. Like, they're usually the same type of dude, the look, the personality, or whatever. So I'm not that. I will go and I try to go pick the total opposite. Not the total opposite, but a different quality of man. And so the next one is somebody who had been on his job for years. So he wasn't losing jobs at all. Been on his job for years. He had been with a trans woman before. So Jonathan hadn't been with anybody. Jonathan hadn't even been with a cis girl. Period. My husband had been with a trans girl before, years before, and he had a job, he had all these, you know what I'm saying? He just had qualities that I really, really liked in regards to being an adult. He was 3 years older than me. Jonathan was 3 years younger than me. But yeah, my husband was 3 years older than me. He just had shit going on for him. You feel what I'm saying? And so that was my new man. And I told him from the gate, I'm not going to stop escorting until shit becomes serious. When it becomes serious, then you do what you need to do to take care of me, then the escorting can stop. And so that was the dynamic in the beginning. It was, honey, let me lay this out from the beginning. Where Jonathan, it was the total opposite. I was hiding that I was an escort from Jonathan. Well, I wasn't. No. I had stopped escorting to be in relationship with Jonathan. And so I didn't tell him that I was escort before him. Do you see what I'm saying? Because it wasn't none of his motherfucking business. I wasn't with you. You get what I'm saying? And you know, respectability politics, you don't tell your a dude that you dating, oh yeah, I was a prostitute. Like that's just not something that you tell them. Does it make sense? I'm dating a dude like, oh, I'm a prostitute too. No. I just when I got with him, I stopped escorting. I like stop putting ads up, stop doing everything. That's what it was. And so I just stopped and we both had a job and he was working, paying bills, and everything was beautiful. And so there was no need for me to escort. But when shit got bad, when he had lost his job, I wasn't getting enough hours. It just was bad. And so escorting is a tool in the toolbox. And so I was like, child, I got to go out here and make this money. So yes. So my new dude, I said, I'm not going to hide it. Since I hid it the last time and it came around and bit me in my ass, this new dude, I'm going to try something different because I'm that person. When I think about shit, I don't try to make the same mistakes. So I said, if I let this nigga know up front, he can't say that he didn't know or he was it. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. And being that it was the beginning of our relationship, he wasn't the type that was like, oh, I'm going to pay all your bills today. This is the first month. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't ready for that type of commitment. But a year in, he was. So I was an escort the first year of us, not just the first year. I was an escort. He knew I was an escort in the beginning. And it continued until he got tired of me escorting, until he got tired of the jealousy, got tired of the scenario that we were in. And he was like, I need you to I'll pay for your basic shit and you just go get a job and save your money to get your surgery. Because I hadn't had SFS yet. I hadn't got my body finished. I had got my body done, but I hadn't got my body finished to where I wanted it to be. So he was like, I'll pay for your basic shit. You just get a job and use that money to get to your goal, your surgery goal. Because he was also using my flaws to he was weaponizing my flaws to diminish my self-esteem. That was the toxic nature of our relationship. So he meets me as a bitch that thinks she's a bad bitch. He meets me as somebody who, to me, I'm in the prime of my motherfucking life. I'm honey, tall, light skin, thick, red bone that the niggas live for. And honey, when I walk down the street, the niggas is living. Even when I'm with you. So I was in a place in my life where I am that bitch. I think I'm that bitch. Now, of course, I got flaws, but I'm a trans woman. So of course your transness is rooted in your fucking flaws, like rooted in what you need to get to be this passable chick. So of course, if I hadn't got to those accomplishments, there was things that I knew I needed to fix. But at the end of the day, when I walk out in the street, niggas was living. Niggas was on me. Like, damn, baby girl, da da da. So I was a bad bitch, period. And so so he used the flaws that he knew, because if I'm telling you my goals in my transition, that also indicates what flaws that I think that I have. You feel what I'm saying? And so he would use that, he weaponized that in a way to kind of put a dagger in my self-esteem. I'm missing some of y'all questions, my bad. Yes, it's better that way. They're going to use that against you every time you get into an argument. Yes, child. I agree. I love the dumb biography, but I don't know if I want a book. I love hearing her tell all the stories in her auntie voice. Yes, I will have an audio book where I'm recording my book audio version, which I think is going to be better because what I plan to do is all the videos that I have, I'm going to be reading some of the responses after each chapter. Like each chapter of the videos, I'm going to be reading some of y'all responses. So if you went back to those videos and you commented years ago, I'm gonna be like, if you ask me questions or if you give a reflection that's relevant to my current reflection or relevant for me to expound on, in the audiobook, I am going to read the comments and respond to the comments to give the chapter more details. I've never seen nobody do that in an audiobook. And I think it will match well with the fact that I'm a content creator on YouTube. Does that make sense? I think that'd be cool. I've never seen somebody. That's what I'm gonna do. Audience participation. Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be fire. But yeah. So that's gonna be. But that's gonna be like the audiobook version that I record. But that's gonna be in the book too. But I'm just gonna read it. Anyway, I understand. Da, 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 da. That's abusive. Oh yes, China very very abusive. He was very abusive. Um, Sorry to hear this, but thank you for sharing this. Just that you do all that without him in the end. Yes, I did end up doing it without him in the end. Not the body part. He was very instrumental in me being stable enough to keep getting my body done. So I got my body done in by Dr. Molina in Tijuana, Mexico, and I was able to go. You couldn't go to him like back to back to back. Like you had to wait like 3 months before he'll pump you again. And so I was able to in like 2007 or 8 for December between December and like May, whatever that summer of 2008, honey, I was going every 3 months, baby. I think it was like 6 weeks, whatever. I was back, going back to Cali, going back to Baja California, baby. And I was getting pumped down. And my body was finished by the time I got to yeah, by the time I got to winter of 2008, my body was done. Yeah. Yeah, winter of 2008, my body was done. And he was the person to um he had me stable enough to where I can afford to do that. How is Mia doing? Mia's doing great. I'm not talking to Mia right now. Me and Mia got into it, and I'm not talking to her right now. I'll talk to her the next time we record on Monday. I almost had to cuss Mia out because she was being quite extra, but I haven't talked to Mia. But I think she's doing good. I'll talk to her when we record on Sunday, and we'll see how that goes. Um, Yeah, he was playing you against you, your enemy's greatest weapon. Yes, 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 yes. So yeah, so I kept it real with him, but then it got annoying to him, and so he got me to the point where I end up going back to school. I end up getting my body done. He, there was a negative side to it, but there was a positive side. He set me up to be way more independent. Him doing what he needed to do to help me get on my to be more stable because it wasn't like I wasn't stable because I was stable before him, after him, during him, on my own. But he was trying to not groom me, for lack of a better term, let's say groom me to where he wanted me to be, which was just being at home, not escorting, working a regular job. Boom. And so once I got oh no, I hope you and Mia work it out. Oh, it's not that serious. We had a moment. I would have got the assistance and finished myself out and left. Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I did. But in that time, I found out that the whole 5 years that we were together, well, not the whole 5 years, the last 4 years. So he met me, and then he met this cis woman a year later. He had a baby by her a year later. But I don't know this is all going on. And she doesn't know this is all going on because I live on the north side of Houston and she lives on the far east side of Houston. And so he was playing both of us. And I found out through her how he was playing both of us. And so that will be in the third book, how that all played out. Because she found me 6 years later and called my phone. Tons of extra tea and tons of stuff. His relationship was a mess. His relationship was the most I wasn't emotionally attached to him, but it was the most bizarre and strange relationship that I had been in. While I was in it, it was strange, but now that I'm out of it looking back, it was acrobats, baby. He was playing some games. He was just a DL nigga playing some games. Trying to have his cake and eat it too. He wanted a cisgender woman and he wanted a trans woman. And he was trying to create that life. He was trying to create that life for himself to have both of us together, but he didn't know he didn't have enough game to do it. He could have done it. Don't get it twisted. He could have done it, but he didn't have enough game to do it. He didn't have enough yeah, he didn't have enough game to do it. Cause I sure would have been down. The way he was shelling out coins and doing, you know what I'm saying? This nigga came to my house and counted out $25,000 on my bed. Just $25,000 because he was a doughboy. And I'm sitting there like, I ain't never seen this fucking much money ever. I think the first time I ever seen $25,000, like even in a video from a real person. I remember Ruby. Y'all remember Ruby? She got her FFS here on YouTube. She got it done by Dr. Smeagol. She passed away now, but I remember Ruby was getting her FFS money and she counted her money out on the bed. And I was like, God, that's a lot of fucking money. And he did that to me in person, in my fucking face, as a like a carrot dangling, because I was trying to get FFS, and he was like, "Yo, I'm about to flip this dope, and we gonna get your surgeries. You gotta just stay focused on fucking working and doing what you need to do, school and." If you just listen to that, it sounds positive, right? It sounds like, oh, he just wanted you to go to school and da da da. Yes, that part of it is positive. Don't be confused. But it is. But what I don't know is that he has a whole family on the other side of town. A whole family. So I don't know that this nigga is setting the whole it's a whole thing. It's not it sounds good, but it's not. It sounds good, but it does not. He was lying and putting you at risk by association. Yeah, he was lying. He was lying. And keeping me from and lying really, really well. He was keeping both of us in the dark. Um, it's so much tea. I don't want to tell the story because why I haven't told the stories of my 20s is because I don't want y'all to ruin my book. I don't want y'all to, I want y'all to, there's so much tea to this, but yeah, but y'all see it. He really took advantage of how spread out Houston is. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. And it's a 5-year story. And so also I want her to be involved. I want the wife to be involved. She's still married to him. But they got kids and shit together and she don't want to leave him. But I want her to be involved in the story. I want her to be involved in the creation of the story. She still be hitting me up, but because I really just want her to tell her side, what was happening on her side. I know what she told me, but I would want to like interview her. Like I recorded on my phone, I recorded our call because I knew who she was calling. I used like an app to record our whole call, and I have the whole file saved. And I can't. And that's what the book is going to be based on. Us finally meeting each other, and then both of us coming back. How I want it to be is it start off with us talking, like you hearing the call in that Barbara and Shirley moment, woman to woman. Have you ever been in love? So you hear this moment. So it starts off like that. And then where she doesn't even know that I'm trans. And so it leads into her having to find out my tea in this woman to woman call. And then not only is it tea, bitch, it's tea. You thought you was coming to get a sip, and you got a whole gallon. She ain't gonna do that. If they wasn't together, maybe, but it's extra embarrassing because she's still with him. Well, I think so. She still calls me. So after I'm like, girl, girl, but she still calls me, and I'm just gonna record our calls because I don't want her to participate as in be a part of it. I just want to hear her side to learn how he hid it from her. I want to how he hid it from her for so long because I know how he hid it from me. I want to know how he hid it from her, like different things that she did. Come on, DL ally. But yeah, she still calls me. This conversation did not go how I wanted to go, but we're having fun. You're right, because ma'am, where did you think he took your baby? Yeah, honey, so much, so much, so much, so much, so much, so much. I'm sorry I fell asleep last night at the Turkey Day celebration, but your sis was childish, drunk, and drunk as hell. Yeah, y'all was doing shots after shot after shot. I went home and girl, I didn't even go to sleep. I stayed up till like 5 in the morning. Didn't even go to sleep. She and I lived under the same roof. Oh no, no, that can't be happening. Oh, love you, baby. Oh, love you, baby. I was knocked out. Yeah, for some reason, alcohol reacts to my body like caffeine should. I had some egg and alcohol in it after I ate dinner yesterday. Yeah, we were taking shots and drinking vodka, lemonade vodka, and just different stuff. Yeah. But yeah, alcohol makes I don't know what they say coffee does to people, alcohol does to me. Stimulated and up and now Adam. Hey, it doesn't make me It doesn't knock me out. It wakes me up. Hey, Janet. I don't know where how she just spilled out of my mouth, but that's what she did. It makes me quiet and I start to stare. I had a few shots yesterday and turned into a whole drunk uncle. Work. Taught my daughter to crop walk or crip walk. Is that what you mean? While rewatching the DMX versus Snoop Dogg versus a whole mess. Yes. Mm-mm. You always look so gorgeous. I mean, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I like these earrings. I got these earrings in the mail today. Aren't they cute? I think they're so cute. Oh, the girl in the glory, looking up. Nice package, all right. Think I'm gonna have to ride it tonight. Did y'all watch the Janet Jackson little episode Malfunction? Really good. I liked it. They is popping. Thank you, thank you. I got a couple of them. Let me show them to you from this company. Oh, forgot to need some water. Oh. All right, so we have these. I think it's because of the documentary you just mentioned. Yes, 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 yes. Um, Speaking of Janet, did you see the article of that Super Bowl incident resurfacing? Oh, well, yeah, the documentary is why that resurfaced. I like your hair. Tried that color and it didn't work out for me. Looks good on you. Oh, blonde. Anybody can wear blonde. You just gotta find out the type of blonde that you can wear. Brassy blondes don't look good on me. So, all right, this is the company. Oh, I mean, handmade jewelry. It is Tarja. Gonna have to ride it tonight. And I got 3 pair. And these are super cute. I love these. Oh, they have a cute little they're like a I don't know if I can. Yeah, there we go. Cute, 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 cute. And then on these are exclamation points. Isn't these cute? I thought they were so cute. Yeah, exclamation points. Isn't that so cute? Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, so cute. Think I'm gonna have to ride it tonight. All the girls in the party, looking at body, shaking that thing like I never did. See, like a bang, bang. All right. I'm gonna have to. That's gonna be stuck in my head. Why did I start singing that? All the girls in the party, looking at body, shaking that thing like I never did. See, isn't that cute? Very simple, just black exclamation point. I remember that. Thank you. Yeah, they're just brown with a little accent, little simple accent thing. Super cute. But yes, I love these. They're so fucking cute. So yeah, so those are those. What is that? Ooh, which I absolutely love, 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 love. Um, what do you mean belt to note? I don't even know what that means. What is belting? Just hollering? And these are like do a patty, like a not in my natural voice. I could do it in my false. Um, I do that a couple of times on my if you go to my SoundCloud and listen to my music, I don't know what song it's on, but I do it a few times on my SoundCloud. Now these look like turtle shells. Heroes in a half shell, turtle power. Yeah, I love these. These are they look like gold turtle shells. Mm, yeah, I love these. These are super cute. Oh, I love these. I have this gold and green um dress that I got coming. It's like let me show you. I just ordered it. Mm, Gonna have to ride it tonight. 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 This right here. Come on. I don't know why it's not zooming, man. Zoom. Come on. Sometimes it'll zoom and sometimes it won't. I don't know why it's not zooming. Can y'all get into it without it being in detail? But anyway, it's gold and black. Hey Aria, it's gold and black. So yes, I got these to go with that dress that should be coming in the mail, and it's so cute. But y'all will see it on my if on TikTok. That's where I put all my fashion videos. So y'all will see it when I do a video on TikTok. Y'all will see all of these featured at, and I really really like them. Oh my God, Aria. Them pants, they came today. Those pants that you showed me the other day on Fashion to Figure, the the fuchsia green and the blue. Woo! You know what I'm talking about? The one that you was like, we should get that had the matching tops. So I didn't get the tops, but I wanted the pants, and I got all three. I got the green, the blue, and the future. Them pants are sickening. Sickening. I can't wait till you see them. They are so sick. They fit perfectly. They are chef's kiss. They are everything. Everything. I can't wait to rock them. They are so, the fabric is thick. Let me, so you can see them. The fabric is thick. It is perfect. All right. So here's the colors. It is so like just beautiful wide leg, perfectly fitted, super soft and thick. It's just perfect. It's just so perfect. I thought they were gonna be kind of thin, but yes, it's like a pretty ass like wide leg, soft. It's just sickening. And so of course, because I'm annoying, just like you. When I like something, I get them in all the colors. And so I got it in a sickening blue. Sickening blue. That is perfect. Perfect. And then, and then the olive. Because I have clothes that matches all of these. These pants are sick. so, but they are they're the perfect length. They probably would be too long on you, so you might have to get them hemmed, but they're perfect on me. But they're kind of even long on me too. But as far as the fit, you want me to put them on? I'll put them on so you can see the tightness. But they're not too tight. They're like a they're like a loose fit wide leg pants that you ooh, that vacation pants, so you don't have to tight where it's fucking annoying on you. They fucking they're perfect. Boom, they come right at your waist, not too tight, not up in your. You know how you get some motherfucking pants and they be up in your coochie like a fucking camel toe. No, they real, just you just fucking cute as shit. And then they wide leg, so they almost like bell bottoms, but they wide all the way down. They're soft. They just feel so fucking good. Yeah, they're perfect. I am 5'11", but they're like perfect. Even when you sit down, they come up on your waist. They don't be fucking tight and squishing your fucking stomach. They just perfect. They are perfect. Love them. Bye, Coco. Boom. The girls are girling. But yes, 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 yes. I love them. But yes, I'm gonna wear these when I go to my next vacation trip because they're soft like linen, but not super super light like linen. But I think this these pants with my I got that blue kind of caftany, the same color blue this like real flowy chiffon caftany thing that's like a cover up, and I put on a sickening ass bikini top, and it's just blowing in the wind on a beach. Yes, that's what I think I'm a rock. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, we're here 2 hours. So what else y'all want to talk about? Make sure y'all thumbs up. Where are we at? So yes, I told y'all about. But yes, I think that I am going to have. I have to see legally how Yes, Halston. I live for Halston. I have to see legally how can I think I'm gonna oh, what size did I get? I think I got the 5. You know, I think I got the 5 or the 4. I mean, look. Did you see them? You want me to stand up again? Um, where is mhm. I think it's a 5. Oh, can we talk the Thanksgiving with trans family hashtag? What do you want to talk about that? So that is a hashtag that I participate in every year. Oh. Also got the non-leather version of these. That's what I just had on a few seconds ago. The non-leather version of these. You'll see them when I'll see you in DC this weekend. Yes, I'm coming to DC this weekend. So if y'all know where the kids party, let the girls know, honey. I think it's the biggest size. I'm about to check. I think it's the 4. What's the I think it's the biggest, whatever the biggest size was. Yeah, the 4. Yep. Wait. Ooh, no. No, I think I got the 3. Yeah, no, I got the 4. I got the 4. Oh, let me show y'all the cupcakes I made. So these are hummingbird cupcakes. Isn't that cute? That is toasted coconut, French vanilla buttercream, a pecan, and a hummingbird cake. Mm, so moist and good. I baked these for Thanksgiving. I baked like 24 and I brought like 3 home with me. Mm, so good. Save you one. These are my last two. I left the other ones at Deja's house. I made a hummingbird cake before, but I never had made cupcakes. And they're so good. I'm moist, baby. Now I don't like the icing. It's it's not that good, but it ain't as soft as I normally make it. It's kind of like it's soft, but it's not that mousse that that really whipped and moussey kind. Some people don't like that anyway. Like Deja don't like it, but I like it. I'm not supposed to be eating this. It's after 8 o'clock, but they were just sitting over there looking so tempting. I'm gonna put these up. And here is the chest pie. Anybody like chest pie? This is fire. Chest pie, love it, delicious. Mm. What I need from you is understanding. How can we communicate if you don't hear what I say? What's the recipe for chest pie? Um, 5 eggs, 2 cups of white sugar, um, some vanilla extract, and about a tablespoon of cornmeal. Um, is this some milk? Oh, I can't remember. I don't think it's milk. No. Um, but yes, yeah, 5 eggs, white sugar, 2 cups of white sugar. You might can use like a quarter cup, like um so do 1 cup and 1 and 3/4 cups of white sugar and a quarter cup of brown sugar just for the molasses flavor, and butter and melted butter, like um like a half a cup, like a half cup. I've never heard of a chess pie until now. There's different words for it. So a buttermilk pie, a chess pie, a custard pie, all of those things are very, very similar, except vary in how they're made. They're in their flavor profile. Buttermilk is usually more tangy because you're using buttermilk. I use buttermilk in my chess pies because I like that tangy flavor. Um, Custard pie, similar without the buttermilk, just milk. Um, Custard, same thing, custardy. And then chess pie, the difference is you add like a tablespoon of cornmeal. Oh, okay, I heard of buttermilk pie. Never tried it. Always wanted to. But yeah, custard pie, buttermilk pie, and chess pie, they are all the same kind of pie, except chess pie, you add cornmeal, like about a tablespoon of cornmeal. Not a lot. It's not like it's just real cornmeal. Not like that. But like a tablespoon of cornmeal and a little bit of flour. Um, Buttermilk is just buttermilk, just the eggs and buttermilk. It's no kind of cornmeal at all. And custard is not buttermilk, it's just regular milk. But as they are made, it's exactly the same. So my chess pies are used is a mixture of all three because I like the flavors of all three. Yeah, chess pie. That's an old Mississippi Southern favorite, darling. It's also a chocolate version of the chess pie, which just is called a chocolate pie. But it is the same exact recipe, except you add a little bit of cocoa and a little bit of espresso, instant coffee. You add it for the depth of flavor, and you have a chocolate pie made the exact same way. Mhm. I was gonna make a chocolate pie too, but I didn't have the time. So we were gonna talk about, oh, who's that? Mm. All right, y'all. Well, who is this? You know what's crazy? Um, I had ordered these 3 outfits, and 2 of them came and the other one didn't, and they're just now telling me them was out of stock, that they didn't send, but in the email, it said that everything was delivered. I was like, "No, it wasn't delivered." But now they're contacting me, like, 2 months later saying that, "Thank you so much for your great support. So sorry for the inconvenience. The orange one is out of stock. Would you like to choose another one you like? Please tell us the name of the new item, color, and your size. Look forward to your reply." Oh, yeah. Mm. The joys of online shopping, darling. You try somebody else. Let me see. Let me see. Well, all right. Make sure y'all thumbs up. I am going to have Joelle on to chat with y'all tomorrow at around 3 o'clock. If y'all not doing nothing, come chat with us at 3 Central Time, and we will be talking about we will be talking about Tidor, but she did like this amazing little poem, Tidor, but she was keeping it real as fuck about um, some of the harm that community does to girls who are not passable, who don't fit a certain look, and it was good. I think it's a good conversation. So she will be on um, tomorrow at 3 p.m. So it's a good conversation. Hope y'all like it. But all right, make sure y'all thumbs up, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Friday. Did we ever do the Polly Murray review of her documentary? Did we ever do that? Should I do that next week? Do we ever do that? Have y'all watched it? Because it's so good. Y'all really need to watch it. It's so good, 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 good. Did we ever do it? I can't remember if we did it or not. Did we cover the Polly Murray documentary? I don't think we did. So I think we're gonna do that Friday. Yes. Wait. No, because I'll be out of town. Wait. Yes, I will be out of town. Yes, the one on Amazon. So yes, I will be out of town on that Friday. So we will not have a live show then, but we will have one on the 10th. Yes. So all right, on the 10th, we won't do unless if the internet is good where I'm at, then oh no, I'm not bringing my no, don't worry about it because I want the Polly Murray one to be really good. So yes, so on the 10th of December, that Friday, 2 weeks from now, I'll be in DC next Friday, so I can't do a live, but I will be back the next Friday on the 10th. I will have an episode of for the members only section. I will have a new episode of the Tricks of the Trade coming out. Probably a funny one. I don't know if it's a serious one or a funny one. I think it's is it a funny one? I don't know, but yeah, it is coming out. So that's gonna be probably on that Friday on the 3rd. Um, but yes, on the 10th is when we'll talk about Polly Murray. So on Amazon Prime, it is called I Am Polly Murray. Y'all need to watch it. Check it out. We will be discussing it Friday on the 10th. All right. Thumbs up. I will see y'all later. Have a wonderful hope y'all had a wonderful holiday. And I hope y'all if y'all had a shitty holiday with your family. Hope you're doing whatever you need to do to do self care practices, good spiritual bath, get that energy off of you. Um, Drink your waters, clean and moisturize your body. Be glistening. Do what black folks do. Yeah. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful day, evening.